In the U.S. presidential race, here is where the battle for the Republican nomination stands on the eve of the Illinois primary. Mitt Romney leads with 493 delegates, followed by Rick Santorum with 218, Newt Gingrich 120, and Ron Paul with 42. No one is close to the 1,144 needed to clinch the nomination. Next week, right in the middle of this campaign, the Supreme Court will consider the constitutionality of President Obama's health care reform law. So we thought this would be a good time to ask the Republicans what they would do about health care. First, Dean Reynolds with the Santorum campaign. Dean?
Scott, Senator Santorum, like the other Republican candidates, gets some of his loudest applause when he says his top priority will be to repeal the national health care law, which President Obama signed 2 years ago. Senator, I know you're opposed to the national health care law, but I'm a little vague on what you would do instead of it.
Not Romney care, not Obamacare, not government mandated health care or government controlled health care.
Santorum's alternative would be a major overhaul centered on what he calls health savings accounts. They would involve businesses paying less to insure their workers and have more to pay workers in wages. The employees, in turn, would use the money to set up those tax-free health savings accounts for routine medical care, checkups, vaccinations, and so forth. What if you don't have the money to put into health savings accounts?
What I proposed in the past is a tax credit that could be used for health insurance so people could go out and get some subsidy, if you will, from the taxpayer for the purchase of health insurance.
Under his plan, health insurance would cover accidents or chronic illnesses.
Sort of like the concept with auto insurance. Auto insurance doesn't cover oil changes, doesn't cover tire changes, doesn't cover tune-ups. Health insurance shouldn't cover those things either.
Is there anything about the health care law that you like extending coverage to people who are 26 years old?
I mean, I don't want my 26-year-old on my health. I mean, my 26-year-old should be out getting a job. Why not 36? I mean, at some point, I want my kids to work. I want my kids to go out and provide for themselves.
Scott, Senator Santorum says that if he can't repeal the law, he'll simply refuse to fund it and try to strip the regulations designed to enforce it.
Thank you, Dean.